All right, we did it, boys. We just got my first official payout trading exclusively the Virgin Wick theory model. And in this video, we'll go over my payout as well as the trades yesterday, including the final one that secured this payout. And sure, it's not the biggest, like $50,000 payout. In fact, this is actually the minimum you can take on a 50K flex Lucid account. But I just wanted to really lock this one in, get it out of the way ASAP, just so I could prove that the model works. But still, like, you can get a Lucid Flex for $78, $65 if you're a new user and you use my code NAVI. But yeah, for a Lucid Flex account and for a $500 payout, that's like a 6x return in 1 month. So it might seem small compared to the big dogs, but ask any finance bro if they can make 6x their money in 1 month and see what they say. Yeah, low key, leading up to this, my execution was starting to get a bit sloppy because, yeah, I was really in my head about wanting to prove that the model works, so I would lose focus a bit and executions weren't as good. But I just wanted to get it out of the way so you guys can feel confident in trading the model. I don't want to be one of those traders that's out there never showing proof of a single payout. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to get it over. Now it's done with. I can get back to focusing on executing my process as best as I can and continue to stack more accounts and more payouts and hopefully see some payouts from you guys. Yeah, about this account, let me go back. Yeah, so this is the same account I started the 20 A+ trade challenge with back in like mid-Feb. As you can see, I've taken like 30 trades. I lost the first 5 of my first 6 trades. So it's been quite a journey, but you know, as long as you stick with the process, trust the model, manage your risk, you shouldn't really blow up an account as long as you have a profitable strategy and you manage your risk and you stick to your process. So here's how the graph looked. Bit of drawdown and then some winning days and finally hit the payout threshold. So there's a tiny buffer left, but I think we can build it back up. So the account's definitely not over. And I have some other accounts in the profits as well. So yeah, that's how we're looking. Hopefully we'll get some more soon and hopefully you guys get some soon as well. All right, enough about the payout. Let's settle down from the excitement and get back to our process and executing our game plan as best as we can. So I'll do a super quick overview of the strategy in case you're new here or you just want a refresher or anything's unclear. So this is Virgin Wick theory. This is a bullish example where we'll go over. It's just a break, retest, continuation strategy. So the level we are breaking and retesting is a Virgin Wick level. A Virgin Wick is any wick that has not been touched. So if you draw a line to the right, it has not been touched, that is a Virgin Wick. So this one was a Virgin Wick. It gets closed through bullishly by a Chad candle that is bullish. So we mark that level off as a bullish point of interest. Then in the next hour, we drop down to the 1 minute time frame, wait for price to trade below the POI into an FVG. Then we look for either a change in state of delivery entry or an inverse fair value gap entry back to the upside. Pretty straightforward. If it's confusing, don't worry, we will go over a bunch of examples. Let's go over the trades. We'll start with this trade that actually secured the payout. And I know a bunch of people were watching this one in the Discord. Pretty much everyone took it. It seems like this was an absolute banger. Okay, so here we are on gold. This is so this one? Yeah, the 8 a.m. candle. Okay. So we have this bearish POI to work with because of this bearish Chad candle closing through this Virgin Wick, creating this POI. So let's see if it gets engaged. Nice to see it pull away for a bit before engaging with it. That is what we want to see for an A+ setup. All right, POI has been engaged. And as I say, if you need clarification, wicking the POI is fine. You do not have to close over it. I've tested this and wicking is just as successful as closing above after engaging the POI. So let's see if criteria number 2 has been met. Okay, nice. There is a 15-minute bearish FVG there. Okay, so we make another high, and we do in fact close above it, but so I guess that was not needed, but still. Then we have a change in state of delivery. Why here? Because if you're still confused about SysD, look at the last swing high. So this was the last swing high that got swept. Swing high defined by a 3-candle pattern where the middle candle has a higher wick than the wicks next to it. So that gets swept by this leg. And since it is consecutive, which is good, we want to see consecutive candles, it's a lot stronger. You want to look at the opening of the lowest one. So there is your SysD. So upon closing, you could set your limit order there, stop at the high, and targeting 2R. And very nice, very nice. Yeah, and this is the one that secured my payout. I know a bunch of people took this one as well. Super duper nice trade. All right, let's move on. Yeah, okay. So there was also this decent trade, maybe a B plus trade, I would say. Okay, let's go here. So here we are in London yesterday. Start of London, 2 a.m. We have this bullish POI to work with from our indicator. Shout out to Master Chi. Okay, nice. We get a bit of a pull away from the POI before engaging with it. POI has not been engaged yet, so we can still use it. POI then gets engaged. Then we have a IFEG. But if you notice, I'll turn my indicator on and I forgot the higher time frame FEGs, but there should be some there. Okay, so another reason I don't love this is, yes, there is a bullish FEG there. It's kind of hard to see, but we are also in a sea of red FEGs. So I don't love that. And the second reason I don't love it is because my IFEG indicator did not print due to the, this minimum FEG size. If I turn this to 0 and this loads in 3, 2, 1, bang, there you go. There is the IFEG. So I know some people have this on 0 and they did take the trade and they ended up winning, but personally for me, I would not take it because of that. And also we're in a bunch of red FEGs, so heaps of resistance. But I know a few guys in the Discord won on this one, so as long as you follow your rules, that is totally fine. And then there was one more for gold. So this is during Asia. I went break even on this one. Okay. So let me hide all that. Okay, so we have a bunch of POIs to work with. The hour starts at 10 p.m. First POI gets engaged. We then tap into a higher time frame FEG. Then there is your confirmed SysD, because this, it's not the strongest. It is quite a weak SysD in my opinion, actually. So this is a swing high that gets swept by this candle. And so pretty much your leg that takes liquidity is just this. And you want to look at the highest closing up candle, which is this one, and the opening price of it. So that's your SysD. Technically it is a SysD, but yeah, it's only a single candle, not consecutive, so it's weak, and it's also a very small candle, so I don't love it. But I still took this one, and then it went to 1R, and I went to break even. Yeah, there. So I was targeting 2R, but it went to 1R, and I went break even, and then got stopped out. And then there was a potential second setup, and I saw a lot of people take this one, and it ended up being a loss because, again, I have my IFEG settings for a reason. And so this one did not filter, did not trigger, because it is way too many candles before inversion. So I'm not even going to count, that's way more than 6. So yeah, lower probability IFEG, which is why my indicator did not print it. but some people took it and ended up losing. So as long as you follow your rules, you're going to be okay with that. That was it for gold. Let me go to NQ. Okay, let's go to 8 a.m. Yeah, so this was the exact same hour as that really nice trade that we all took on gold. But I don't think anyone was watching this because we were all watching gold. Yeah, I find it hard to focus on two assets at once. You should ideally only be trading one at a time. But let's have a look anyways. So this is 8 a.m. NQ yesterday during New York. We have a bunch of bearish POIs and a bunch of bearish FVGs. So looks decent. Okay, bang, there we have a SysD. Should be there actually, yeah. Stop at those highs, you can target 2R. I don't think you get tagged in on this one, but you could just mark it in. Sometimes it's okay to mark it in if you don't think you're going to get tagged. It's a bit discretionary. It is what it is. But it ends up going to TP. So if you weren't watching gold, hopefully you were watching NQ at this time. And then I was done for the day, which is why I didn't take this one. But I know a lot of people caught this one, and this was a super clean short. So what we have here is extended POIs, as I like to call them. So this hour from 9 a.m., we did not have any fresh POIs, but we still have these untouched POIs here. And I would say you can still use them for the next hour. Any more than another hour they're starting to get a bit weak. But you can see we still have this one that was not tapped and this one that was not tapped. So then we go ahead and proceed to tap into them and into a bunch more bearish FEGs. And then we have a confirmed SysD. There, bang. So here's where you can enter. Stop somewhere there. You don't have to go that high. That seems really high. But it ends up dumping quite a lot. So I know some people took this one. Very clean trade, very clean. Good example of extended POIs. Some people were confused about that one. What else do we have? Oh yeah, just one more. One more for the day. This is during Asia. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, so this is 10 p.m. We have a bearish POI to work with after closing bearishly through this Virgin Wick. Alright, POI gets engaged. Do we have high time frame FEGs? Yes. And there is your SysD. Why is it a SysD? So where's our last swing high? I would say, yeah, maybe here. Gets swept by this whole leg. And you want to look at the highest up closing candle in that leg. So this one, and it is a single candle. So just look at the opening price of that one. And that goes to 2R. Very nice. Super nice. Okay. Yeah, that was it for the day. Hope you liked that one. And let's hope we get some more payouts. See you next time.